Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have Professor Flowers with us. What's going on, my guy?
Man, going good, my guy.
Did you eat a lot on Turkey Day?
Look, man, the older I get, I try to not overdo it. I've overdone it once in my life, and that was when I was like in the 11th grade. I've never done it ever since. But I got like a 2-day limit, man. I eat that stuff for 2 days, and after that, like we eat it on Thursday, Saturday, I'm not eating it.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, man. You know, I had again the pies. You know, I like my pecan pie. RC mentioned sweet potato pie.
No doubt.
Cheesecake.
I love cheesecake.
Yeah, can't go wrong with those.
Shout out to my mom. She made a lemon cheesecake. Shout out to my wife. She makes a wonderful sugar-free key lime pie. Very good.
Okay. So y'all over there whipping it up, I see.
Indeed.
Well, you know, we watched a couple of them games this past holiday. Oh, what's up, Randy? Randy's in the chat. From What's Up Sports, the sports podcast.
What's up, Randy? Happy Thanksgiving.
You know, so I watched a couple of games. You know, the Lions, they disappointed me greatly. Then the 49ers did what they supposed to do.
Right.
And what was the other game? Yeah, Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys did what they supposed to do. Or what we knew they were going to do. Right.
I thought the Commanders would put a little bit more fight, but Sam Howell and them boys just weren't ready for it. That's all. That's it. So we're gonna dive into the games. The Steelers, they beat the Bengals 16-10. There was this one play, Flowers, I want to show you. If yes, I uploaded. There we go. I'm about to show you real quick of what happened in that game. It seemed like Mike Tomlin losing some of his players.
I agree.
Here it is. Deontay Johnson.
Where it had to be. Instead, running play, 3rd and 2. Trying to get there is Warren. The ball pops free, and it's a live ball. Scooped up by DJ Turner. Turner makes a move, and he's down at the 40-yard line.
Did you see that blocking effort?
The blocking effort, the effort to go get a loose ball. Look, if that doesn't tell you some of the problems that's going on in Pittsburgh right there, I don't know what else I can really say about it. I know Matt Canada was a problem for the offense. I know they put over 400 yards. I think I seen a stat. It was like the first time in like over 60-some games, like Matt Canada never had a 400-yard game.
Yeah, it was 59 games.
Oh, that's terrible, man. 59 games, you didn't have 400 total yards. I mean, Kenny Pickett had like 2 and some change in the air. They had a great rushing attack on the ground this past weekend. It just looked different. Now, we got to understand what it was against. It was against Cincinnati. You know, they had Jake Brown out there.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit up here and say Pittsburgh has found the niche, even though their schedule is going to allow them to be able to be probably 9-4, you know, after the next 2 weeks.
Exactly. I feel like there was a game that it was like a give me. I feel like the Bengals are kind of throwing the towel after Joe went down. I think
Mm-hmm.
they're not really thinking about this season. But yeah, Deontay Johnson, you think he'll learn from the past Steelers, especially at the wide receivers position. You would think he would know, like, dang, I seen AB, I seen Martavius Bryant, I seen Santonio Holmes.
You can't stick
Plaxico.
out like a sore thumb. Like he's sticking out like a sore thumb in that clip, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's just stood there like he gave the indication it was a run. Straight off the bat, the DB was like, "Okay."
He gave me indication he didn't care. You being nice,
right?
like he's a professional. He's like, what professional do you see not come off the ball and just walk and just stare? Like you can tell he's not into it. I mean, it's obvious.
Like I understand you got stuff to be upset about by Kenny Pickett not actually giving you the ball, but you seeing targets, but the ball just not getting there to you. So I mean, they trying to work you in the offense. We seen George Pickens' production go down when he came back, so they're telling you that they want you in the offense. So this whole throwing this pity part in the field, it's not gonna work out in your favor.
Definitely not.
Happened too many times. Deontay Johnson too smart for that, man.
And then Deontay drops balls. He drops balls. Like we can't forget that either. So he can sit up there and stand and be upset and do all this and that, but at the end of the day, like he can't escape, the image of him looking bad. But also, man, you drop balls too. So man, just go out there and play, man, and look the part at least. Your team is successful. But you just hate to see that. I give Tomlin credit because Lord knows, look what he's had to deal with over the last 10 years.
Man, I'm surprised.
Look at it.
I'm surprised you don't have a head full of gray.
That's why
he must be using that being gay. He must call it Dwight. Dwight got the being gay. So the Steelers go with 7-4. So they are right there. I don't know if they're gonna do much. Yeah, huh?
I said they next 2 games they're gonna win.
Who do they have the next 2?
I can't remember off the top of the head.
I can pull it up real quick.
It's nobody good, if I'm not mistaken. They'll be 9-4.
I can pull it up real quick so the viewers will know what are the Steelers' upcoming games. It'll help me if I go to schedule, huh?
It might help you.
I'll look at something else. All right, schedule. So they have Arizona and New England. Very winnable games. I think Arizona not even playing to. They not playing to win. I don't feel like they playing to win, to be honest. I mean, what they have the second pick, don't they? The Cardinals.
They're up there somewhere.
They up there somewhere. Your boy Jay Kelly tied in. He said, "I'm done with the Raiders this year. Go Kings."
It's all good, Kelly. I feel you, dog.
He got a lot to be excited about with the Raiders. Since he brought the Raiders, we can go ahead and talk about those guys. They lose to the Chiefs. What was it? 31-17. The Raiders go to 5-7.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the Chiefs go to 8-3. I seen something about the Raiders. Did they fire somebody?
Oh, they let go of Marcus Peters today.
That's what it was. Yeah, he got fired. Right, they let go of Marcus Peters. I guess he not feeling the bill of the Raiders' attitude or whatever. How you feel about the Raiders going into next year?
Honestly, you really can be optimistic about them now. Like McDaniels not being there. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do about the coaching situation. I mean, AP got the team ear. He got participation of the team. So I don't see why not. If you don't find a legit candidate that can come in and outdo AP, I don't see why you don't keep him. But like with this job, the Panthers job, they're talking about it might be like 7 to 10 different jobs open, at the end of the year. Yeah. So, we have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, Kyle, you said the Panthers.
Listen,
of course, the Raiders job. New Orleans might be open.
Heard that. Mm-hmm. I think New Orleans will be open too.
New Orleans is going to be open.
I honestly think Atlanta has a chance to be open. That's just me throwing it out there.
Arthur Smith been there 2 years.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've heard the Tennessee job might be open.
Ooh.
I don't mean it's a lot. It's a lot of states. They talk about maybe 7 to 10 coaching jobs open. So we'll have to see how that works
Wow.
out.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's go on to the Jazz and Texans. The Jazz beat the Texans 24-21. It was a good game. Texans
Very good
fought
game.
back. Texans fought back. The Jazz go 8-3 and the Texans go 6-5. So Trevor Lawrence and the Jazz. How you feel about them making a playoff push and hopefully, going into the next round of the playoffs? How you think they're gonna fare well, against some of the better teams? Because we see them struggling against teams that are kind of below them, but they continue to win these games, edge it out. So how you think they're gonna do in the playoffs if they reach there?
I think they possibly can win, in the first round. I don't know about them winning in the second. I guess it would depend on who the matchup would be. I just think the Jags are more of an opportunistic team right now. I think they take advantage of, like I say, turnovers. I've been saying this all year. They get the ball, away from opponents. They turn it over and they put Trevor Lawrence in a short field. They fare better
Right.
that way. And they do have a great run scheme also. They catch people off guard, with their outside zone runs and stuff like that. But I feel like Jacksonville needs a little more. And like Josh Allen, he makes plays on the defensive side of the ball. I know the young kid Walker is starting to come along. I think they're still middle of the pack as far as defensively, but I think they still can win one game in the first round. I think they'll give somebody a run for the money in the second round. I just feel like they can't beat Kansas City. I don't think they could beat Baltimore. Like I said, this is just my opinion, though.
I think that'll be a close one.
I think it'd be a close one against Baltimore, but I just feel like Baltimore's defense would get a hold of Trevor Lawrence and company. But I think they do have a legitimate shot to be able to compete this year.
Yeah, Jacksonville is one of the teams you kind of scratch your head at because you don't know what you're getting week in, week out. Like we saw the last two performances by Trevor. I think he had 2 yesterday, 2 TDs yesterday, and he had 4 the week prior to that.
He had a bad interception yesterday too.
Yeah, and those weird is ugly head here and there. So my problem is with the Jazz, man, can they be consistent? That back end, like you said, is kind of shaky. They need some corners right now. And can they limit teams on offense? That's the thing. And can Trevor keep this thing rolling? Because as we saw, he show up some games you don't. Some games you scratching. Is he really a top 10 quarterback? Does he have all the tools? But some games like the last 2 performances, you're like, wow, okay. Maybe he can do this.
Yesterday, I give it to him yesterday.
Yeah, Cameron really, it was concerning me at first because Cameron really had 0 yards, I think, till close to the third. Yeah. I had him on my ticket. Looking at them like, is he hurt? I had to go look.
He's been quiet for the past month or so. He's finally starting to come back alive.
It blows my mind. Cap really supposed to be the number one. There's no way you're number one going close into halftime with 0 yards.
That is true.
Like where's? No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man, shout out to CJ Stroud, man. That kid is impressive.
Right. He is, and they still trying to put his name in MVP talks. I think it's a little bit, above his head now with them losing games.
It's worth him being mentioned.
Right. So, shout out to CJ Stroud for doing his thing, hanging in there. I put them on my ticket. I think I had the Texans plus 3.5 or something like that.
That's a good number there.
I thought they could cover.
Yeah, they covered.
I thought the Texans could win that game, so that's why I did it. I took the 3.5. I think that was at plus 3. Then I took 3.5 just in case.
You're learning.
Yeah. No halves come in. No halves are important, guys. They are very important. All right. Let's switch sides to the Commanders real quick. Yeah, let's talk about those guys. They did fire Jack Del Rio. Did they fire some guy?
That's an scapegoat move because if you sat up here and watched the game on this past Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
What Washington needed, they traded away. They didn't have a pass rush. Dallas
Mm-hmm.
moved up and down the field. Like there was nothing that Washington could do to stop them. Washington could have matched them offensively, but like as I said, like when the defense just gets ran up and down the field, and then the offense started losing steam. You know, it
Right.
became what it became. But Jack Del Rio, like we knew they were gonna clean house. The new owners, they bought the team not too long ago. They're gonna clean the house, and Jack Del Rio is just a stepping stone.
Scapegoat.
In which it'll begin at the end of the year with Ron Vera and company. But like I said, what they needed, they traded away.
Right, that make no sense. Like, why you fire a guy when you took away all his pieces? Like, you left him with no groceries to cook with.
None. Just seasoning with no meat.
Right. Like, here, make me a 5-course meal with this. You know, it just...
Instead, you get an egg sandwich.
Yeah, what? They ain't gonna do. They ain't gonna do. All right. The Patriots, they lose to the Giants 10-7. The Giants go to 4-8. The Patriots go 2-9. Let me show this clip real quick. It's your boy Tommy. Tell me what you think.
And they had a little emoji next to it. I thought that was kind of funny. Everybody was doing it at this point. I don't know. I'm cool with it. It's just a vibe. It's a lot of fun. So.
A high vibe?
Huh?
What would you call it? A high what? A high vibe?
No, that's a high. No.
Well, what's the word for it?
There is no word for it.
Bobby O, big dubs. Big Blue, you heard?
Man, they loving that kid. Hey, somebody said, there go Daniel Jones' job. It feel like that whole Zach Wilson type thing going on here.
Look, Dable can be successful with everybody except Daniel Jones.
It's crazy, ain't it?
It's crazy.
The kid is finding his guys. He's under pressure. Yeah. I mean, he took 8 sacks last game, and he was still fighting. The kid got heart, man. He making big time throws to his receivers.
How can everybody make big time throws except Daniel Jones?
Hey, I don't know how he got the nickname Danny Dimes because all I'm seeing is pennies right now. I mean, I think he found Isaiah Hodgins in the back of the end zone.
Hyatt had over 100 yards.
Yes, and that's supposed to be their burner. That's supposed to be a deep threat, and they hit him deep. So why Daniel Jones can't get the ball to these guys?
That's the $40 million question.
Right. So do you think they should go the 49ers way and rock with Tommy? I mean, I don't know how much they'll cost them. You can't bench $40, can you? $40 million. You can't bench that, can you?
They can get out of the contract because they paid him a majority of it, and they can get out of it. You know, these NFL contracts are not fully guaranteed, so they probably can get out of it this year and next year and save. So I'm quite sure sooner or later they'll eat the loss of it, and it'll be dead cap against the space.
Yeah, I know Giants fans are rallying behind this guy. They finally seeing somebody that can throw the ball across the field, sling across the yard.
Well, I would think they would still probably draft somebody.
Right. Yeah, because he played against the Patriots, and what was the other game? Commanders.
Yeah.
So I want to see him play against the Ravens.
Let's see more. Let's see more.
Some bigger fishes.
Let's say if he was the guy to say, they don't have to pay him, they put money elsewhere. But I would think they probably want to draft somebody.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Have a backup just in case. He was undrafted. They had a stat. Oh, Bill Belichick. This is his first time ever losing to an undrafted quarterback. They come on, yeah, undrafted rookie at that. Undrafted rookie.
They missed the field goal to tie it up. But Matt Jones is terrible too. Matt Jones is terrible, bro. Like I think he's like second. Like ever since he came into the league, he's second in turnovers behind Josh Allen.
I mean, he don't have a line. He don't have receivers. So
Look, I get all that, but like your decision making still plays a part.
it's
Some
pretty
of the
bad.
throws that he make is pretty bad.
Why he always throw interceptions over the middle and near the
In the
sideline?
red zone. In the
In the
red
red
zone.
zone. It's always, I don't know. I need to look up and see how many pick sixes have he thrown.
Oh,
Because it's all
terrible.
he threw one to us last year to the Saints. Tyrann Mathieu picked them off and ran one back on them. Somebody said, Dan Orlovsky said that Bill Belichick ruined Matt Jones.
I wouldn't say that. I think Mac Jones was Mac Jones in a sense. You know, Bill played a part of it in because the second year he regressed or whatever. But okay,
Right.
they were giving the kid all the praise. I'm okay. You remember when Cam Newton was there? Cam was doing good. He caught COVID. Then they let Mac Jones take over. The word was, I remember this clear as yesterday. Mac Jones know the whole playbook. He's smart. He's this and that. He's putting people in the right. Okay, how can you go from that, with McDaniels being there, and then the second year, I'm quite sure you're running somewhat the same offense. I'm quite sure it didn't change that much except the play caller, and you go from that to that. Now, I'm not blaming it all on the kid, but you hear about his teammates they don't want to stick up for him. They don't like him. The cheap shots and this and that. Man, Jones didn't help the case.
You're right about that. Because teammates, they're gonna love you when you playing good.
I mean, you can be playing bad, but I mean, who do you hear sticking up for Matt Jones? I mean, Justin Fields is 5-27, but his teammates speak well on him.
That's true. So it's curious to see what these teams gonna do with the quarterback, especially the Patriots situation. Them drafted Matt Jones. Now they have another chance to get one of these 5 or 7 quarterbacks coming out. So it's gonna be they 2-9. They're 2-9. So Belichick really get to see if he's there, he's gonna get to see which quarterback he's gonna want. Don't take Caleb Williams. That's all. He won't work in New England. Bill Belichick, what you crying for, boy?
I was thinking Bill would like the passion.
Yeah,
that's somebody he can control.
Yeah, he seen Tom Brady passes long enough. He's like, nah. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna show the video of Alex Smith talking about Tom Brady. We heard his recent comments on how the league was soft. So, hold on. Before I show the video, I do want to read what Rex Ryan said about Bill Belichick. I forgot about this. Rex Ryan said, "The Patriot way, it exhausted these kids. Tom Brady was the only reason you won anyway." Damn. What's some
he's not lying
words.
I mean, he's not lying, but you know what? Bill did handle you also. But, Rex has a sense against Bill.
Right.
So, it's a little back and forth with that. Like,
there's a little rivalry there. That's all that's talking is just rivalry. That's all it is. But, all right, so here's Alex Smith talking about Tom Brady. Here it is.
You've been in his position, retiring and then watching the game from a distance. Do you agree with Tom Brady?
I mean, a lot here, Sam. Listen, first off, let me just preface this. I love Tom, the GOAT. But
you don't need to say that. But you need to say it. Just get him.
First off, he hasn't been retired that long. He was just playing. Like, he just won a Super Bowl in the current game. Like, is he discounting that one? And then my biggest complaint with this, and no offense to you guys, well, all three of you guys, he played in the most uncompetitive division, I think, in NFL history. I mean, you come out of training camp, the biggest cupcake division, you got a ticket to the playoffs right away. Like, talk about mediocre. Like, I completely disagree with this. I know he's referencing the rule changes over the middle to the receiver, but in my opinion, I think the game's gotten better. There's more parity across the league. Quarterback play is at an all-time high, I think, across the league. Like, the best, you've got the best athletes playing the position. We didn't have this 30, 40 years ago. And then I also, listen, he's referencing also that offense is down, right? Like the numbers this year. To me, I kind of think we're in a golden age of D linemen.
Why can't we say defense is up?
Yes, I agree. I totally agree.
Why can't we do that? Because defensive players, it's all been geared, like you're saying, to attack the quarterback. They have genetic freaks playing that are rushing the passer. Every single team, one of them.
So what do you think about those comments from Al Smith?
Al Smith is semi-right and a lot of wrong.
Yeah.
Because you can sit up here and say Tom Brady played in a bad division. Okay, he also played outside the division. He went to the playoffs. There have been plenty of teams that had the opportunity to beat the Patriots, and they couldn't do it. If you're going to say the AFC East was bad, you could say when Peyton was with the Colts, the AFC South was bad in a sense. You can say when Troy Aikman and then was in Dallas, after Reggie White left Philly and company, that the NFC East was bad. I can go on and on, but at the end of the day, when you get to the playoffs, you win games, you get to the Super Bowl, you win games, it kind of cancels out everything that Alex Smith says, in a sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of like in the middle too. It was a cupcake division, but he still went through the gauntlet in the playoffs. So you're not playing against them sorry teams anymore. That just showed how much better the Patriots were in that division. I mean, like you said, autumn battles with Peyton Manning and the Colts, the Ravens, like they saw great teams. But go
Fast
ahead.
forward now. Wait a minute. Let me add before you cap it off. Alex Smith, you played in Kansas City, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you had a chance to knock them off. Did you? No. So what's your drift right there? You get what I'm saying? What's your catch right there? Because you had an opportunity, to knock them off, and you couldn't do it. Even when you was in San Francisco, you couldn't make it on the other side to meet them.
Exactly. And they came up short with Alex Smith. So I think people just like to nitpick at Tom Brady and what he did, all the Super Bowls and stuff. But they gotta realize you still gotta go through the playoffs, still gotta go through the gauntlet in order to succeed.
And also, you gotta listen when Tom Brady's talking about the rules and stuff. Because think about it, as the rules made offense better, Tom Brady got better, right? Tom Brady started putting up ridiculous numbers because he started taking advantage of the rule changes with the offenses and stuff. So, he played for 20-plus years, so he can be able to speak on how the old rules were and how the new rules were because he's successful in both eras.
It make a lot of sense because, like you said, he won one recently in the NFC South against a good Saints team, against Drew Brees. So he done it all over the place.
Exactly.
So he just... No, but I would like to pivot to this. Why you think quarterback yardage is down? Cause I remember the golden era, everybody, even like people like Sam Bradford and some of them guys was throwing for like 300, 400 yards. But now these guys, guys are barely hitting 300.
Easy. Like what did Tom Brady tell you? The coaching is not as great as it used to be. Like there's too many gimmicks in the league right now. As far as especially like you don't have pro style quarterbacks. Just dropping back. A few of them are. You still got the Staffords and stuff like that. But just overall, as the league compared to even 12, 13 years ago, you don't have 20-plus drop back passers in the league with pro style offenses that are throwing the ball 40-plus times a game. You got running quarterbacks. You got teams that still run the ball. You got a lot of several teams that run the ball with the quarterback and the running back, and that's their bread and butter. You don't have the Mike Martzes in the league anymore. You don't have who else was pretty good offensively. You don't have those kind of schemes and stuff like that.
Right.
So where now you got more of a college-based schemes that try to cater to these young quarterbacks. And
I agree. Have
like
to lead quarterbacks.
Saying, half the league right now backups. So production is down. I know there's a lot of defensive, players that are now freaks of natures. They've been freaks of natures for the last 30 or 40 years in this league.
They
It's just
have.
becoming more and more of a thing now as far as on the defensive lines with the defensive tackles and stuff. But the game's just changed, the rules have changed. And hey, like you say, we gotta give defense some credit this year because they're playing, but the better teams in the league are averaging over 20. There's a clear difference in the league. The better teams are averaging over 20. The not so good teams are averaging under 20.
Right. And you can tell the difference between, the guys that have it and the guys that don't, and you can tell by the scores in some of the games. So it's like you mentioned, it's a little bit of everything going on right now.
One more thing, and we can move on. Another thing that's hurting these offenses because they're paying these quarterbacks too much damn money.
Yep, can't get no O-line, no receivers.
You can't pay nobody else.
And these quarterbacks getting knocked out at the end of seasons. Like
exactly. The quarterbacks get knocked out of the games, and you're left with nothing.
Nothing. That's on point. Shout out to Jason for tuning in. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Me and Jason go way back. All right. The Rams beat the Cardinals 37-14. The Rams go to 5-6. The Cards go to 2-10. Not much to say about that, but Kyron Williams, he's a beast. Somebody mentioned that. Yeah, it was a great fantasy game. Hey, somebody mentioned they said Kyron Williams gonna go first overall in the next fantasy draft. You agree with that?
You know what? Whoever takes them first, good luck to you.
Right. I think I'm still leaning on Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
All right. The Ray, what's home? No, I don't want to talk about that yet. The Panthers, 1-10 Panthers. Lose to the 4-7 Titans. The Titans go to the score was 17-10. Frank Wright was fired, so he's out of there. I know you and RC was talking about it was just 1 year, and he didn't even want. You brought it up. He didn't want Bryce Young. He wanted CJ Stroud. They have a clip of Josh McCown talking to CJ Stroud, telling him hey man, we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. So they're telling CJ Stroud you're getting drafted by Carolina. But like you mentioned, the owner stepped in nah, boys, nah. We taking the 5'7" quarterback, Bryce Young.
5'7".
We taking old mini me. We taking him.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna bash that young man. I like. Bryce.
Yeah, I like Bryce. I'm
just unfortunate situation. Very unfortunate. And the more and more you look at it with Frank being gone, you gotta look at this owner, man. You gotta look at Tepper. Yesterday after I heard that they lost. I heard that he said some bad words in the locker room, and I was saying to myself, then they probably about to fire Frank. If Frank wanted CJ, in which he did, because I remember during the pro day, it was said that Frank told him, "We'll see you in Carolina." All right. If Bryce is not Frank's guy, it wasn't gonna work from the get-go. Even though Frank can make it we believe we're gonna do everything, believe in the kid. Frank didn't put the kid in the right, on the right path, in my opinion, as far as what they had. He didn't make things easier for Bryce. Tepper and company definitely gets the bigger end of the disappointment in this because they meddle too damn much. You trade all the way up from 8 or 9 to 1. You give up your best receiver. You don't have this kid anybody to throw to. Now, if it was CJ probably could have did a better job because he's a better, thrower of the football as we see. He probably could have made the Marshall kid look better and Thielen and company. Bryce, like I say, he's small. And as we thought, he would need a lot to make him look successful in the NFL. And Carolina is far from it. So they're going to have to overspend in free agency because they would have the number 1 pick if they had the pick. So, what are you going to do? You're going to have to hit on everything in this draft to be able to have some kind of success next year.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, overspending free agency, which the billionaire owner don't mind to do anyway. Hell, he's been through 2 or 3 coaches now. Doesn't make any sense. That's
Right.
you know what? That's a graveyard job because now somebody's gonna have to take that job, and it's guaranteed failure. Unfortunately, and watch it be Bieniemy. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be Eric Bieniemy.
I hope not. He don't take that.
Of course, we hope not, but I promise you, it's gonna be somebody's gonna have to take the job. Somebody's gonna want the opportunity, and it just you're not gonna get a made man because they're not gonna want Tepper, meddling in the damn business. They're gonna want somebody new, somebody that if he wants to here and there, whatever. It's gonna be somebody. I hope it's not Bieniemy. It's gonna have to be somebody young that's anxious for a head coaching job, but we'll see.
My thing is, I thought Panthers understood that this was a rebuild. I don't know what to expect from Frank Wright and the crew to win games with no O-line, no receivers, defense is banged up.
Yep.
And I wasn't JC Horn.
Like their defense is they're depleted.
Yeah, so I don't understand what was the measurable for this team. I thought everybody understood that they weren't going to be that good. I know. What can you do when your O-line can't protect Bryce Young? So it just Frank Wright. He's
got a free payday, man.
Yeah, he got a free payday. He tried his best, and like I said, they should have protected Bryce a little bit better by running the ball, getting the ball out quicker, stuff these 5-step drop backs, and him trying to stay in the pocket like, no, that ain't working. You getting killed. So I think Frank Wright knew the writing was on the wall anyway. So I think he was just like, wherever, just forget it. All right, the Broncos beat the Browns 29-12. The Broncos go to 6-5. The Browns go to 7-4. Peyton, was that 5 games, ain't it, Flowers?
Yes, it is. You gotta give credit what credit due, man. They're one of the 4 teams that's undefeated in November. San Francisco, Philly, Denver, and Indianapolis are the only undefeated teams coming out of November. So kudos to all these teams. But we do have to give Sean Payton and company credit. Russ is playing wonderful. Vance has turned the defense around. The defense is playing great.
They flying to the ball.
Yeah, they're flying to the ball, man. You can tell now. You can tell this is a Sean Payton team because they breathe, play. They do everything Sean Payton does. They emulate Sean Payton.
Yeah.
So I see nothing but continued success, and they've beaten tough teams. So we can't sit up here and say they haven't played anybody. It's the time of the year, teams like Denver, Indianapolis, teams like that. You don't want to play them, because they're tough, they're physical, and they're trying to scrap and do everything to make these playoffs. And Denver is definitely on the right path. With
they are.
I think they've already played Kansas City twice. They got to play the Chargers again. I'm quite sure their schedule fares their way. So don't be surprised to see Denver make a push for the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up Denver's schedule and see what it looked like. But yeah, that was Sean Payton do, man. He get the guys that won't be there. If you don't buy in, he ships you out point blank. He done that in New Orleans. He's just that type of guy. He comes from Bill Parcells, so he's a no sense type of guy. He demands respect. If you don't respect him or don't want to buy in, he gets you out. And so as you see, these players are buying in, especially them young guys. They hungry. He knew that. That's why he got Frank Clark out there and some other guys. He saw them young guys. They wanted to play. If you want to play, then he gonna put you in. And they making plays out there. They put 29 on the Browns, and the Browns been stuffing people all year. So my question is to you though, Flowers, will the Broncos get in?
Tell me the schedule. I need to hear the rest of the schedule.
All right, I had it, but I exit out of it. Hold on. Let's see it. I hate Yahoo website. I should went to NFL.com. All right, I have Houston.
That's a big
game. The Chargers. That's a big game. Now that's a test. Chargers Detroit, New England, Chargers, Las Vegas.
They can definitely be
That's doable.
definitely in the push. Yeah, very doable. Definitely very doable.
They just can't slip up on the Chargers. I feel like they probably can steal both of those games.
Do you trust the Chargers?
No, I do not. That's why I took them. I took Baltimore. I was kind of, me, I'm a Justin Herbert guy, so I don't like picking against him. But I was like, you know what? It's not Justin Herbert, it's Staley. So I went with the Ravens this week, and I'm glad I did. I need to tally up the total for y'all. So
man, we all I think had
I took some gamble. I took a gamble. I took a couple gambles this week.
Who you take a gamble on? Don't tell me you're stuff now, because I think I'm like 12-3 right now.
I took the Bucks. I thought
shame on you.
I took the Bucks. I thought the Bucks had a chance because they played the 49ers tough. So I was like, you know what? They can score. But I ain't expecting that. They didn't. You can go and talk about the game. We can go ahead and talk about it now. The Bucks, the Colts beat the Bucks 27-20. Baker was under duress, man. Like, what were y'all doing to him out there? That boy was stressing.
Look, our defense has been playing some great ball the past 3 weeks. Man, we sacked Baker 5 or 6 times yesterday. Man, we sacked previous quarterbacks in the past few weeks the same number, about 5 or 6 times. We've been getting to the quarterback, man. That is a very, very wonderful thing. Baker got banged up on the first drive, man. Hit Mike Evans 50 yards, a 50-yard bomb down the field. It was a misread, but that's okay. Man, get down, try to quarterback sneak it with him. He gets rolled on his ankle, man. And from there on there, man, we were after him the whole game. I do want to give Shane Steichen some credit, man, because Shane Steichen, he takes these marvelous gambles on fourth down. He crafts up some wonderful plays yesterday. Play action, tight end, pop passes, just the RPOs with Minshew and company. It's just like Steichen calls the right things at the right times. I felt strong, and I didn't think Tampa Bay could cover our wideouts. I thought Pittman was going to have a good game. I thought Alec Pierce would, catch a few balls, but definitely Pittman and company. Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss on the ground were phenomenal. And that's a strength for Tampa Bay, stopping the run. I thought the offensive line played great yesterday.
That's why I think I thought it would be all the way around. The Bucks getting pressure on Minshew.
Sacked 1 time yesterday.
I was surprised. I'm like, dang, this is not how I thought the game would go.
And they blitzed. And look, the one thing I will say is we harp about, these zero blitzes and nobody having a slant route or an in route, as an audible on these plays. And Michael Pittman ate the middle of the field up yesterday. I think he had like 10 or 11 catches. And it was marvelous yesterday. If we make the playoffs, and look, looking at our schedule, we have a great chance to make the playoffs also. And I feel the coach of the year, that can go a lot of ways. Sean Payton, Shane Steichen, especially if Shane Steichen put this Colts team in the playoffs from all the turmoil, that was around us in training camp and the preseason with Jonathan Taylor and company and injuries and this and that, and this being his first year. We're losing Anthony Richardson. And if we still make the playoffs, I don't see why Shane Steichen can't be the coach of the year.
All right. I can't see that. Y'all lost AR. I mean, y'all been dealing with injuries the whole year. And if y'all do squeeze in, man, he definitely a candidate for that reward. Same with D'Amico Ryan in Houston.
Yes.
If Houston get team the ball out and win these tough games and somehow squeak in, then
we gotta play them again.
Right.
We gotta play Pittsburgh. We gotta play Houston. We got Tennessee this week. And we got a lot of gotta play the Raiders. We got a lot of games that are playoff implicators, and especially with the flex coming up this month. We might get flexed into a main spot. I hope so. But just we need to keep our heads down, keep grinding, sky's the limit for this team right now. As long as we don't turn the ball over. Minshew, buddy, I need you to get the ball out your hand a little quicker because when you hold on to it, that's when you make your mistakes. Go on, get that ball out your hand when it's quick and fast. When that offense is going no huddle, turn up the pace, man. It's a wonderful thing. I'm going to say this and I'm done. The Colts are averaging over 25, 26. That's what playoff teams do. Like I said, the defense has been playing great. I know the numbers probably don't show it right now, but if you paid attention for the past month, we've gotten pressure and we gotten turnovers, and that's a great thing.
That's how you win. That's how you win games: pressure and turnovers. That's how the Saints made a living for so long. All right.
You want to talk
Saints? Man, I do not want to talk about it, actually. The Saints lose to the Falcons 24-15. All I have to say, y'all are a bunch of bums. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. Derek Carr. I wasn't going to say any names, but Derek Carr, you're a bum. You know, we had all those red zone trips. I think it was 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Goodness gracious.
Field goals. Number field goals. DA, you're a bum. Pete Carmichael, you're a bum. So tired of these Saints, man. Like, there was a chance to move ahead in NFC South, but they can't get their heads out their butts to call a good game. And I'm just putting that, PG for the kids out there. So that's the New Orleans Bombs. New Orleans, that's what they are.
You sound you about to bring the paper bag back out, man.
Yeah, if DA keeps staying here, yeah. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some fans that bring back some paper bags. But, yeah, it was very disappointing. I think I was on my phone flipping between games. I was so over it. I knew it. I felt like it was going to lose this game. Well, the Chargers, like I said, we move on. We don't got to talk about that. That's behind me. All right, the Ravens beat the Chargers 20-10. But I do want to ask this question. Who do you think should be fired first? Or who more deserving to be fired? Dennis Allen or Brandon Staley?
First?
Yeah, who's more deserving to be fired?
Brandon Staley, man. In that order, Brandon Staley, then your boy DA.
Because Staley have more talent on that team, you say?
Yeah,
that's why.
Look, Staley got more talent. He's been especially from last year, man. Oh my goodness, you can just look from the past 2 years, just the flop in the playoffs, these starts. You having the worst defense for the past 2 years. At least y'all defense has been good with Dennis Allen, with him being a defensive coach. The offense isn't there, and obviously y'all just need a young offensive mind, to get y'all over the hump. But Brandon Staley comes off as this guy that just thinks he knows it all and doesn't. You can't be ranked bottom half in the NFL, man. And the defense, all these high-priced players, and they're not giving you any production. So definitely Staley. Blows my mind. Staley first, man, then DA. DA just feels like he's a worn-out record with scratches on it. Y'all listened to it and heard it long enough, and y'all just need y'all need to put a new song on. That's all y'all need. Y'all need new direction. The life is not there for y'all. I was watching y'all yesterday, and we move on after I say this. When Olave got that concussion, I knew the game was over.
Olave was killing them.
Yeah.
DC finally realized, like, man, I should just throw it to this guy. Still yelling at him. Just throw it to him. He went up there and got it. And, the commentary, I like how he put it. He said if DC would have kept the ball in play, he went, Olave wouldn't have made a difficult catch.
That is true.
And so it's just like, man, when things start going right, start going good, something like that happen. And next, we start losing receivers left and right. But I agree with Brandon Staley. I might put that poll up. Who's more deserving to be fired, Brandon Staley or DA? Because Staley, he's getting his own way. He's prideful. He don't want to admit when he's wrong. He's getting mad at reporters for asking the questions that need to be asked of why the
Yes.
defense is playing like this and why are they not scoring points and why they not, moving the ball like they should and why are they going for fourth downs in their own territory. Like, are you that scared? Or you don't have that much confidence in your team to move the ball that you got to go for on fourth down every time? Like, that's a problem. You shouldn't be going for on fourth down that many times. So that's a problem with Hill, and he should have been going last year. After that debacle in the playoffs, there's no way he should have been back. But here we are. And you think they'll learn their lesson, right? This team is 4-7. The Chargers are 4-7.
Look, we were hollering last year, go get Sean Payton.
Right.
And you let Denver go get Sean Payton and look at you now.
Boo-boo the fool. That's what they looking like. So that's terrible. I feel bad for Chargers fans. I know they don't really have many fans in LA. I know most of them
move the damn team back to San Diego.
Yeah, right. That's what they need. They didn't go back to the sunny side of San Diego.
That's where the loyalty was.
Right. You have your own face. It almost like, what game was that?
Every damn game they play in Los Angeles.
It was more fans of that team in that state. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It is just like they don't support them guys like that.
No.
So here's the game everybody was debating and talk about. The Bills lose to the Eagles in overtime, 37-34. The Eagles are 10-1. The Bills go to 6-6. That's what you thought. A lot of people blaming Sherman Dermott. That's where you lay your blame.
Yes, because he's the same he's been terrible with timeouts for the last few years. But this is what I don't understand. At the end of the game, you call a timeout on Philly when they're trying to attempt a 59-yard field goal, when there's chaos everywhere. They're trying to get people on and off the field. Do not call a time. It's raining. It's pouring down. The game is sloppy. Why would you call a timeout and let them get adjusted to kick a game time field goal? Just let it play out. I don't understand what McDermott be thinking, in particular times.
Yeah, because that was a perfect time to let them rush. That was in a rush,
Also, okay, you call a timeout and you let them kick the field goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Josh Allen on a heater. I'm talking about hot. He has 20 seconds. You don't allow him to at least have 2 plays to see where it goes and maybe they can get in the field goal range. Because after Philly made that field goal, in your mind, you have the mindset, well, whoever gets the ball first is probably going to win. In which Buffalo got it first in overtime, and there was a misread with Gabe Davis and Josh Allen,
right?
Because Philly sent the house and Gabe Davis is wide open. And, Josh Allen throws it up thinking he's going, back to the end zone, and Gabe cuts it in. And you knew then that the game was probably over because Philly was going to get it and take it down the field.
The Bill defense, they didn't give us much confidence of stopping the Eagles in overtime. I mean, they was up, 7 points going into the third or something like that.
It was up 17-7.
Yeah.
Buffalo had like 270-something yards of total offense to Philly's 90-something.
Right.
Philly made halftime adjustments. Jalen Hurts started using his legs and he made some throws. But at the end of it, man, I just feel like it was more of McDermott and Buffalo gifting that game to Philly. And like I say, with all the bad timeouts and like I say, giving Josh Elliott or Jake Elliott, time to be able to get comfortable enough to make a 59-yard field goal, ladies and gentlemen. Let the clock run. Let
that man take a deep breath.
Off the field. They're trying to get organized. Because I don't think Philly had any timeouts. You have to let that play out.
Right. Why would you help them out? And this is just Sherman Dermott MO, giving games late away, like just gifting them to people. What's that?
Josh Allen and the Bills are 0-7 in overtime?
Yeah, in overtime. That means you don't know how to close. You don't know how to close it.
It's not his fault. Can we say it's really Josh Allen's fault all the time?
I
I don't think that's fair.
And that's why my point is, well, a couple episodes ago, they put so much on Josh Allen like they did in this game. This dude had played spectacular. And then when it was up 7 and they were marching on the Eagles again, I believe Philly blocked the field goal. Jordan Davis got his hand up. So, like, y'all left points on the field. Y'all had a chance to nail the Eagles in the coffin, but y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't take advantage of the Eagles' mishaps. And that's just what the Bills have been doing for the last couple of years. Like, at some point, Sherman Dermott got to look himself in the mirror like, I got to do a better job at coaching. I got to do a better job at time management.
Look, this is not the time, for McDermott to be pity-partying himself because, man, they got a hell of a schedule left.
6-6.
They're not making the playoffs. I'm calling this now because I think they got Kansas City this week. Next week, they got to play Dallas. So that's definitely 2 losses because they can play great and still lose. So they can't afford to honestly lose another game because you're going to have to win about 10, 11 games to get into the playoffs competing with the Dolphins because the Dolphins took care of business prior, until now.
They
now
ain't catching the Dolphins.
They ain't catching the Dolphins. So then they're knocked down to the 10th spot in the AFC. So that's a lot of rock climbing to do.
Man, oh man, who would have thought the Bills would end up in this position? Not me, not one bit. Do you feel like Jalen is in consideration for MVP?
Consideration. He probably should be the clear-cut favorite right now, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Okay.
I've been feeling this way for the last 3 weeks about it. Jalen Hurts, man, they're 10-1. They find a way behind this young man to come back. This is the second half time. They were down 10 plus. Come back to win these games. Have to give credit to Jalen Hurts because he's the lead of this offense. As far as you want to, push it or spread them out. You run quarterback draw to win a game in overtime. This kid is making throws. He's resilient. He's stoic as hell. He kills me on the sideline because I'm like, man, just you can at least clap a little. He just looking all crazy and everything. Look, I understand the stoic look. That's cool, but I like when people show some emotion. Just clap a little bit. Pump the fist. That's cool. But I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a clear-cut favorite because, honestly, who else can you say right now that you're going to give it to other than him?
I had Christian McCaffrey up there for his performances.
True. He can be up there. But you know what? They play this week. So this could be a big determinant of where that can go. Whereas – because honestly, Brock Purdy might can throw his name in the conversation also if he has a great game this Sunday coming up against the Eagles. That I will throw that out there too. And Dak.
Dak 4 touchdowns performance. They said
the month of November, Dak has been astounding. I have to give. Look, I know I talk shit about Dak
my boy.
Sometimes. I love Dak. Professional. I love everything about him, man. Look, we've watched Dak come from Mississippi State, coming in as a freshman,
our own state,
only coming in to run the ball on the goal line. He came from that into what he is now. So I'll always commend Dak for his hard work and his ability to grow and adapt. Playing the quarterback position. I think he's definitely an MVP candidate also. So I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts 1. I guess I can say McCaffrey 2. Let's go with Dak 3, Mahomes 4. And if I think of a fifth one, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, that's not Kyle. Trying to think of a receiver. I think Justin Jefferson was on pace.
Well, I mean,
he would stay healthy.
Tyreek Hill, maybe.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. You throw him in there.
You can throw offensive player of the year most definitely. I'm trying to think. Could it be anybody else? I think Lamar deserves some recognition also. So he can be the lone 5th or 6th person for consideration also.
How they winning games? I mean, the only miscue I have with the Ravens was the Browns game. But other than that, I can't really fault them or put asterisk by Lamar because he been taking care of things. on his end.
If you want to round out the list, let's throw C.J. Stroud and let's throw Trevor Lawrence on there for consideration also.
Right on, Kyle. A lot of people was rooting for C.J. Stroud to win it. I don't think a rookie has ever won it, has it?
No.
So a lot of people rooting for C.J. Stroud right now. I have this clip from the Buffalo Bill game. I should have two. Let me see if I can find the other one. But I'm gonna show this one first. Did you see what the kid did? Hey, he's so smooth.
Man.
Hey, I hear you. Hey, only in Philly, bro.
Oh my goodness. Now see, he would have Sparta kicked that little boy into the problem.
I can see you kicking him. All right, little boy. All right, you better go somewhere.
Look, I ain't gonna kick nobody's kid. I don't want to kill nobody for kicking mine.
They said, man, that kid, he did so smooth. I thought he was being a good sport. I was like, oh, look at this little kid. Ain't that sweet?
Look, I've been shocked if he actually gave that man some depth.
Right, man.
You know what, that man should have seen that coming, but as a kid.
Right.
I was like, F you, kid.
Right. And your moms.
Your family right there. F them too. Raise a little joker right.
Right, man. That's what I said. He would have got me because I was like, oh, it's a kid, it's all good.
Exactly.
See, we from Mississippi. We from Mississippi. It's like we didn't see nothing like that for little kids.
Like we speak to people, like we very hospitable down here,
Yeah. Man, I don't know how I feel about that. If you did that to me, I'm like, this little joker here. But there was another video. Let me see, can I find it? I think I found it right here. Let me download it real quick. Ah, shoot. Hold on. But it's Bills players. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I seen it.
What do y'all think about this? This is I never seen this before. Like, what's the point of shoving the Eagles fan? Like, the guy, I forgot what the guy's name. He said that they were threatening their families and stuff.
Look, you make too much money to be worried about what the hell a drunk ass Philly fan saying. You know that's what comes with the territory, and that would make me hate Philly. Well, let me not say hate, but dislike Philly fans. Because the heckling and this and that, I'm not for all that. Let's just go and watch the game and have a good time. But the player, that's not the first time I've ever seen that. I've seen it happen down in Jacksonville. A guy in Seattle actually went up into the stands trying to get after a guy a few years ago. You just have to ignore that nonsense you hear from these ignorant fans on the sidelines, because they'll say anything to you to get a reaction out of you, and then you put your hands on them. They want to, sue you and this and that. That's all they want in the first place. Don't feed into that BS, man. Just like I said, you're getting paid too much money to be sitting here with your head leaned back, listening to what the hell these idiots are saying.
Right, move away. Like they was at the end of the bench. I was just like, move on down. I'll just move away from it.
And you already pissed off that you done lost the game, and you're feeding into the.
I think they was doing the game. There was a play going on behind them.
You don't feed into it.
I would just remove yourself, man. All right, he claimed that he tried to get security to throw them out, but security didn't do nothing about it.
You're in Philly. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, right? What you say? Like,
look, you been to a football stadium. You've been inside a football stadium, right? You realize the stands where the players sit and where fans sit are like 30 yards apart. There's a reason why. You took your time to walk over there, all the way over there.
All three of them.
Front them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all look like a bunch of sour pussies. You know, go on with your business, man. Y'all got a game going on. You
Game
need all
going on.
hands on deck, first of all. Don't worry about what the
Focus.
hell going on behind you.
I know, and I
Okay,
ain't
focus.
listening. Like, I'm so locked in. Like me.
I'm locked into the game. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm standing up looking at what's going on. You know, if I'm sitting down with my tablet, you know, looking at if I'm playing defense, looking at offensive formations, or if I'm playing offense, looking at coverages and blocking, you know, schemes and everything else. You know, so there's just more to be concerned with than you trying to go over and confront a fan that's not gonna do nothing.
Ain't gonna do anything. And the thing, he was just standing there. He wanted him to come pushing. How he was like, look, he pushed me. So now he gonna file his complaints to the NFL and watch he get a little. He don't know he gonna get money, but
I doubt it.
You might get fined a good healthy amount just cause you put your hands on him.
Exactly.
And that's, I don't know. But like when I play, all you talking to coaches, talking to teammate, I don't stand up watching the game on the sideline. Like I ain't have time to talk to you. I really ever listen or hear anything because so much going on.
And look at the crowd.
All right. They tell you not to do that anyway. They focus. I should be on the playbook or whatever you're doing. Bills, man. McDermott. That shouldn't be happening on your watch.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and get in the stud and dud. All right, Flowers. I hope I got all these labeled. All right, who your stud?
Man, I've been trying to go out the box for the past few weeks. I could have easily said Jalen Hurts, but this week, man, I'm going with Jordan Love.
All right, let's give Love some love.
To be a 3rd down and 3. Going for the end zone for Watson. He's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay.
I see you, Watson. I see. That's what I've been waiting for.
Great. He's been playing great, man.
Right.
I enjoy watching that on Thanksgiving. Enjoy it.
Exactly. And that's all we want to see, Jordan Love. Push the ball downfield. Don't be scared to throw the ball like that. Give Watson a chance to go get it. That's what he do. And if he drop it, he drops it. All right. RC stud was Jalen Hurts. So let's see Jalen.
I figured somebody to pick him.
Right.
Breaker for Buffalo fans, and this would be the pedigree of championship teams.
There goes Hurts to the end zone, and the Eagles have won it in overtime.
That's the championship DNA we were talking about all game.
Imagine. He's like, yeah, I did that.
Kelly Green uniform.
Yeah, he just remind me of Bill Juice. Like, what you doing? Me? None. Just hanging around.
Blitz that close. Oh my goodness! Because I've seen it too much with them. You cannot call a zero blitz down that close to the goal line. He's gonna pull it and run it every time. Once he realizes man coverage across the field.
Right, and that was a heck of a block by Kelsey.
Yes.
Come on now, he's a Pro Bowler. All right, my stud of the week. I decided to give him love. I thought about Dak, but I'm gonna get Kyron Williams some love because he came off injury, man. So give him some love.
Cup with an adjustment to the bottom of your screen. The other way, it is a screen to Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams gets a block. He's in the end zone, and that's a wrap touchdown.
Dude come off injury, winning fantasy games for people.
I know that's right.
So I gotta give him some love. I think RC dropped him in our league. I tried to pick him up a week ago, but my brother-in-law beat me to it. I was so mad at him. Oh, I'm like, who? I feel like I'm the only one in the league besides Gatwood and you, Flower. We like watched the Raver. I saw him drop.
Somebody beat me. Yeah, I seen that. I went looking for him not too long ago too, and I see he was picked up.
Yep, he got picked up. Cause I remember RC dropped him. I'm like, I'm gonna go claim him, but of course, my brother-in-law beat me to it. All right, Flowers, who your dud?
Sean McDermott. Come on down.
All right, so I
hope you got the field goal clip.
I did get the field goal.
I should have texted you and told you.
Right, I was rushing today, so I just got Josh Allen turn the ball over because they really rely on him way too much.
2nd and 8. He's picked off. It's Bradbury with the interception.
That was just at a bad time. What I can do though, Flowers, I can go back, grab the field goal video, and upload it to IG
to the page. Yes,
to the page.
Because I think they'll suit better to go along with my argument for giving him the dud of the week.
Right. I totally agree. All right, RC dud of the week. My mind just went late. Let me see. Who was? Jared Goff.
Some situations. 4-man rush here on 3rd and 5. Pressure again. Goff in trouble. Steps away and run. He lost the ball again. There's a fight for it at the bottom. Carl Brooks punched it out. Now who's got it?
What is he doing? Yes, he had a sack fumble. He had that fumble. I think he did have another one. I can't remember.
Oh my goodness! Like, you touched him, the ball's gonna fall.
I was watching that game because I picked him on parlay. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, why is Jared Goff doing this to me? Like, did he listen to the last show? He's like, all right, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Something you want to talk about me watching me lose this game? He was just, and look, Dan Campbell could not believe it.
I'm gonna say something after you announce RC's dud. I mean,
that was dud.
Excuse me. I mean, your dud. Excuse me.
Oh, my dud. Okay, my dud of the week is Derek Carr. All them red zones, trips, and you can't score the. Oh my word! I'm not gonna get into it, but here's the clip.
Falcons coming after Carr. Picked off. Jesse Bates. He's got a shot. Bates to midfield, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. No question. Pick 6. No flags.
I seen that when it happened.
It was covered anyway. That
pick decided the game, in my honest opinion, because Atlanta really didn't do too much.
They did not. They didn't start moving the ball to late third, early to the fourth quarter. When they start running down throws, to start getting tired because the offense are not scoring. It's not scoring.
Staying on the field. Yeah. So, it's all right. It's all right.
I don't like when Derek Carr threw that interception. I was just like, what did we do to deserve this, man? Like, what did we do? Like, I don't get Derek Carr right. I don't know what he was looking at. It was covered anyway. All right, what were you about to say, Flowers?
I want to apologize to the followers of the VOL Sportscast for my Thanksgiving parlay. 5-1. I picked 6, right? I picked the
yes.
Yeah, It was 6 guys. 5-1 on the parlay, and I should have known better in picking Detroit straight up. I should have went Green Bay plus set because they had like Detroit like 6.5. I should have went Green Bay like plus 8, 8.5. Even though Green Bay won the game, it would have been an easy cover. Everything else hit was beautiful.
Perfect.
Ole Miss covered the 2 college games, and Dallas.
Ole Miss won by 10.
Yes. So I say, man, 5-1. Good week. We want to go undefeated, but 5-1 is always great in picking games.
Who would have thought? Everybody on VOF cast picked the Lions to win the game. The Lions screwed up. They had chances. They were moving the ball, but Jared Goff, he just had the fumble-itis. He was just fumbling all over the place. They came back. They had a chance, but if Jared Goff would have played a clean game,
they won.
It would have been a whole different story because they had to change their game plan.
Can you get the tallies real quick to the game picks before we get off?
Yeah, I can. I think I left at the Patriots and Giants. All right, so with the Jags, I picked the Jags. You picked the Jags. No, you picked the Jags.
I picked the Texans. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, RC picked the Jags. T. Wright picked the Jags. Broncos, me, you, and RC. With the Rams, RC, T. Wright, U. How many is that? That's 4. All right, with the Chiefs, everybody picked the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I'm doing this right. And dang it, I went with the Bills. All right, yeah, I did go with the Bills. I did switch at the end. All right, so Flowers, you went with the Eagles. T. Wright went with the Eagles. And Gatwood went with the Eagles. And what's that? Ravens and Chargers, everybody went to Ravens.
Shocking.
So right now, Flowers, you have 12. RC have 12. I have 10. T. Wright has 12. Gatwood has 9.
Oh, getting shaky.
Gatwood been falling off the last couple of weeks.
Man, look, me and RC been having some great weeks.
Yeah, 12. I think that put y'all in like. I had got 10 right.
12-3.
So 12-3. I went 10-5. So yeah, y'all a couple games back.
Who winning right now? I wonder.
Well, with that, it should be Gatwood should still be in the lead only by a couple games, but
no, who winning the game right now? With Chicago?
Oh, right now, dang, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't even look at the score. I didn't even look at the score yet. Chicago beat Minnesota 9-3.
Slobber knocker.
Dang, good. I picked Minnesota.
I think we might all did.
Yeah, we did. Someone told me to go with Justin Fields. Someone told me. But anyway. All right, guys, that is the show. We will be back Friday. We're going to talk NBA Friday. Mondays, we just course through the NFL. But Friday, NC returning. Yep, NBA. We had Dustin Bishop on. And next week, we're going to try to get Randy on next Friday.
Cool.
So look forward to that, guys. Mark that down on your schedule. Tune in to that. And me and Flowers going to be making an appearance on a podcast show. So I'm going to give y'all more information when that comes out. And so December getting a little busy, holidays. And speaking of holidays, go get your Christmas VOL shirt, limited editions. RC scared of this Santa. He have nightmares about him. I told RC just sleep with your eyes open. Just say your prayers at night. You'll be all right. So this Santa really looking at y'all, making sure y'all go get y'all shirt. That's why he's looking at you like that. He's like, man, y'all better go cop this thing. So go over to our website. The link will be in the show notes to take you to the website. Limited edition. Wear it to your Christmas party.
Yes,
there
sir.
You go. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, we'll be back Friday. We are out of here. Yes, sir.